Welcome to Mariachi Clothing Company. Today we are going to learn about one of the instruments that is the most important on the mariachi, and that is the guitarron. Whenever I go to pedagogical conferences, one of the biggest concerns that non-mariachi teachers express is that they would love to incorporate mariachi or mariachi elements to their classes, but they are afraid of the instruments that they are not familiar with, such as the vihuela and the guitarron. Today we get to learn about the guitarron. Now, the first thing that you need to know about the guitarron, it's a 6-string instrument, and it's the base of the mariachi family. You don't play it one string at a time like traditional basses, you actually play in octaves. The names of the strings match that of the guitar, which is if you bar chord the 5th fret on the guitar, you're going to get A, D, G, C, E, A, which is the names of the strings going from the 6th string to the 1st string on the guitarron. As I mentioned earlier, the guitarron is a 6-string bass, but that was not always the case. In the book Con cuerda y metal, haciendo vereda al cantar, from Mario de Santiago, he mentions that the guitarron that he used to play, it was actually a 5-string guitarron. That is no longer the case. The modern guitarron is actually 6 strings. The strings are A, D, G, C, E, A. Now, before we learn how to play the instrument, we're gonna talk a little bit about the different parts of the guitarron. So first, just like a guitar, we have the head of the instrument. The different layers on the headstock are called the palma, or the palmas that they put on the instrument. You have 2 different types of guitarron. You could have pegs. In this case, we have mechanical pegs, as you can see right here. We have other guitarrones that actually have maquinaria or machinery from basses, from electrical basses. The neck of the instrument, this is the fingerboard. This is called the sope of the guitarron. The rosette, this is called yarda, that goes all around the instrument. We can see from different angles. This part is called the cordon. This is a non-traditional, very modern type of cordon, as you can see. It's solid. Most of the traditional cordones in guitarrones is actually 2-tone, and it will go either in triangles or a slightly more modern, just segmented black and white intonation. These are the aros, or the sides, the joroba, and the strap. We have the nut or hueso, and we have the puente or bridge. The interesting thing about the guitarron and mariachi instruments as a whole is that they are not chromatically tuned, in the sense that you go from lowest pitch to highest pitched, or vice versa. They actually jump around very similar to what the ukulele sounds like. So here's a little demonstration. So A, so you can hear that they don't go from lowest to highest. They actually jump around. When you play the guitarron, modern strings are made from either steel, laton, which is I think bronze, and copper. Those are the most common, or silvered copper, which are the most common types of strings, and nylon as well for the higher pitched ones. Back in the day, in the turn of the century, they were actually made from catgut and dog gut. I think tripa de perro and maybe tripa de gato. One of the interesting things about playing the guitarron is that it's played in octaves, not like the traditional bass, which is 1 string at a time. We actually play 2 strings at a time. So this position that I'm currently playing is called the over the shoulder. So I play over one shoulder, and this is a correa made out of leather that has embroidery. You can either use this type of leather correa. For my taste, and a lot of guitarron players that I know that are professional really like this one. It's more comfortable and easier to use. You connect it through the end buttons. Right here I have an auto-locking end button that's actually a little bit loose, and it shouldn't be. You can use the traditional end buttons like this one right here. This type of traditional end button, regardless of the type of end button that you use, you can actually put this type of strap, or you can use an electrical bass strap. The thing that I don't like about the thicker electrical bass straps is that when you put it on, it's too thick and your guitarron starts moving around a lot. Regardless of the type of strap that you use, you can use 2 ways. One is over the shoulder, which you put it like this. I aligned this curve with my solar plexus when I play. This aligns usually to about your shoulder. This aligns about the level of your eyebrow. So then this is the position to play. It needs to be angled. You should never hold it like a table. You should never hold it like a guitar, because you won't be able to play. It needs to be angled, so when you're playing, you have a nice, relaxed way of playing. Your hand goes up towards your body, and you can pull the 2 strings at a time. So that'll give you a very nice and relaxed way of playing, and it even allows you to put a little bit of arm into your plucking. The over the back method of playing, you actually put the strap, you need a longer strap. This one I moved to the end hole. Here, you could probably, I could probably move it another hole or two, but I put it to where it's gonna be a little bit on the high end. Put over your back, and you do the same position. The curvature goes to the solar plexus, and you try to align it here and to your eyebrow. Make sure that you're at an angle, and same thing. The one thing that I particularly don't like about this one, for me personally, is that it digs too much into my trapezius. Am I correct one? Trapezius. Yeah, into my trapezius. And I personally have a lot of muscle knots that are just the size of golf balls because of the many years of playing the guitarron. And it's just too painful, so I opt for over the shoulder, but same thing, you're gonna have this position for playing. The way that we play the guitarron is fairly simple. We focus on 3 fingers: thumb, index, and the middle finger. Thumb always plucks on the metal strings. Index finger always plucks the inner 2 strings, the C and the E, el do y el mi. And the middle finger always plucks the first string, which is the A. When we are playing, what I teach my students is to put their hand in this position. The thumb hooks underneath the 6th string. The middle finger points down and hooks underneath the A string. And then you just pull towards your face. So you pull towards you. And you're not doing just this, you're moving elbow, you're moving shoulder, your whole hand. So first, just getting one of the most common mistakes that beginners do is they pluck outwards. So they go like this. When you have your finger pointing down, it actually has a nice, cleaner, crisper, boomy sound. Whereas when you go like this, it sounds, a word that I use in Spanish to describe it is bofo or hollow. It's a very puff sound. So this is not the way to pluck. You point fingers down and pinch and pull your hand up towards your face. One of my teachers, he used to tell me, just exaggerate a lot, and then get it smaller to this position. When you're playing the G string, you just put it down here. You can do G string in octaves, but it's one of the few that you generally don't play in octaves. But that is not common. I don't know any guitarron players that play it like that. All the guitarron players that I've seen play the single G. You see right here that we have the octave marks right here. They don't tell you the exact location of notes, but rather they're used as a point of reference for when you're studying your instrument. It will give you a rough idea of where to play the instrument. So for example, if we want to play D, we always play open D, and we play on the C string. We would figure out C, C sharp, D is going to be roughly there. So remember the rule, index finger hooks into the C string, into the inner trebles, and you do the exact same thing. If I want to play, say, do, I'm going to have to look for an open string, in this case, the C string, and then on the bass, I look for the C. So I can't do C on the D, I can't do C on the G, so A, B, C about right there, and that's where I would pluck the string and do the same thing. The open C string, fingers pointing down, and then hooking underneath. And that's going to give you a nice, clean sound. The E, we play on the D string, so we have an open E. We always look for one of the strings to be open, wherever we can. On the D, D, D sharp, E about right here. And we do the exact same thing. We pinch and pull up. We don't have any F string, so we press on the E string where the F would be, and on the D string, so roughly right there, and B, the A strings, B flat, B. So you're gonna get it right here. I'm not going for intonation at the moment. I'm just going for pragmaticism and showing you how to play it. You figure out your intonation at home. You know, as you can see, it's not a hard instrument to play. There will be other videos coming soon in which I explain how to, like the actual, scales, primera, segunda y tercera, things like that, more theoretical aspects in the other notes on the instrument. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, please click the like, subscribe to our channel, and also don't forget to click on the notification bell. That way you can find out whenever we upload new videos. If there is anything that you would like to see in our videos, please leave a comment below. Have a great day. Keep practicing. Keep sharing your music, your culture, with the greatest passion and respect. That's the most important thing, that we share mariachi with respect so everybody can learn how great it is. See you around.